and this is it.
Hi, Bridget here.
Hey, Christina here.
And today we're doing an inspired look from
Rihanna and Calvin Harris. This is what you came here for.
And this is what you came here for, right? To see this tutorial. So today we're actually doing a full-blown tutorial. We're actually showing you everything we're using on our face to achieve this look that we have on here. And what's cool is we're doing the exact same look, exact same way on different face shapes and different eyes.
We are gonna have all the tools and all the products that we have utilized in this actual tutorial. So stay tuned if you wanna check it out.
Okay, so we already prepped our face with primer, and I'm using the Skin Perfection Gel in Rich.
I'm using the Visionaire 1 Minute Blur, and I'm also using for my brows, I'm using the Hourglass Arc Brow Pencil.
And I'm using the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Brow Pencil.
So we're gonna start with complexion. I'm going to use my Beauty Blender.
And also using the Beauty Blender, and I'm going to use the Pure Hydro Fluid Serum Foundation.
I'm gonna use the MAC Pro Concealer. Sometimes I mix this in with my Laura Mercier primer. It's the Radiance Primer. It gives a really nice glow. Since her video is just very glowy skin, very summery, I wanna see how it comes out.
Yep. This Pure Cosmetics foundation is more of like a water-based foundation, so this one's gonna be perfect for summer.
And sometimes I love to use this Laura Mercier primer by itself because it just gives your skin a really nice luminous glow. And I love it, the Pro Longwear as well, because I can add just a little bit under my eyes, a little extra. I don't like to wear too much foundation in the summer.
I have some darkness under my eyes, so I have to color correct real quick before I do concealer. But I'm using the Pro Concealer from LA Girl.
And I have the Makeup Forever one here. I love this. This is the Camouflage Concealer Palette, and you can use it, some people use it as foundation, color correcting. I love this as concealer, so I'm just gonna add it in with the Pro Longwear I just put all over my face. And I like to put a little concealer on my lid just to brighten it up a little bit.
Now I'm just gonna go in with my concealer.
I usually typically use the Beauty Blender. One side I do a little bit more coverage, one side for concealer, one side for foundation. Foundation. And the great thing, the Beauty Blender will really blend it in, so you can keep adding more coverage if needed.
So I'm gonna go in with my powder to bake under my eyes. I'm going to use a Laura Mercier translucent powder.
And I'm gonna use the Bare Minerals concealer. This is the Well Rested. I swear by this.
And then we're just gonna apply a generous amount under our eyes.
So what I usually do is I mix it, the Well Rested with Laura Mercier together under the eyes, because the Well Rested is a little brighter, but I love it because it doesn't create texture, and I'm a little drier under the eye area. Doesn't matter how much oil I apply, I still end up with a little bit of texture, so that's why I love this one.
I'm going to use the Givenchy Universal Loose Powder all over my face. I'm gonna have the Givenchy logo on my face, but it's totally cool because I'm gonna wipe it off anyway.
And usually I don't typically like to use a lot of powder all over my face. I'll usually hit my prime area of my T-zone and my under eye area, but I like my cheeks a little bit more hydrated, so I don't usually go all over. Just because we're in Texas, it transfers a little bit with the heat. So this will definitely help lock everything into place.
Now if you're oily like me, go do powder. Because mine lasts all day with powder, only because I'm very oily.
I always get oily in the weirdest places, like above my eyebrow.
Really?
Yeah, like right here I always get really shiny under my eye, or like right under my eyebrow or above. I'm like, that's really random. Or around my forehead, but it's probably because I use too much face spray.
I'm gonna just dust off everything on my face with this Pure Powder Foundation brush. Just take it all off now.
I'm gonna use a Sephora brush.
Are you gonna start bronzing your face?
What are you gonna use?
I'm using the Pure Glow Together Shimmer Bronzer.
I'm gonna use the Pro Sculpting Makeup Forever. It's a duo, so you get your highlighter and you also get your sculpting. I like it because it's a perfect shade of like a bronzy gold. It's not too brown and it's not too red.
Yeah. Now if you're not familiar with bronzing your skin, if it makes it easier, just do like the 3 and the E motion across your face. That's the easiest way to do it. Yep. 3 and E.
We used to say 3 and E and people would be like, ugh. I know like a lot of makeup artists say it's so cliche, but I mean, it really does help.
If it helps you guys, just do that.
I'll demonstrate it for you.
Yeah.
So right at the temples, into your cheekbone, right underneath. This is kind of my beginner and how I started.
Same. Until you get used to your face structure, you should be fine.
But every structure is gonna be different.
Yep.
You know, our faces are definitely all different, but this is the best way to make sure you hit all areas of the face.
I'm just gonna contour my nose just a little bit, just to give it a little more dimension. Now that my face has a little more dimension with the bronzer. What are you gonna use for your blush?
Oh, I'm gonna use Gladiola from Stila. This is their cream blush. It's super, super bright, but it comes on super beautiful.
And I'm gonna use the Benefit Rockateur powder box. I'm gonna put it right on my cheeks. I'm gonna just smile just a little bit and do circular motion. How about you?
I'm gonna take the Beauty Blender since it's a little wet. So you always wanna use your Beauty Blender a little damp. I'm gonna go in and kinda just bounce and buff around the cheek area.
Yes. Ready for highlight? Your favorite pop?
Yes!
Yes.
I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs Spotlight. This is their new highlighter. This is the first time I'm gonna apply it with the Beauty Blender. So this is new to me, so we'll see how it rolls.
Yeah, okay, and I'm using the Laura Geller Gilded Honey Illuminator for my highlight.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna go in with a fan brush. And then with highlighter, I personally like to put it on the high points of my face, which is my cheekbones, my nose, and my cupid's bow. But if you're like Christina and love highlight, go for it.
I put it all over my face, girl. But this video, I definitely saw a lot of highlight like around the cheek area.
Okay, and I want my highlight to pop just a little bit, so I'm gonna spray my brush with Smashbox. There you go.
I'm gonna use mine on my face, because you know that's how I do.
Yep.
I'm using Josie, and I'm gonna put just a little more highlight on. I'm gonna add the Pro Sculpt from Makeup Forever. I'm gonna put it right on top of my Marc Jacobs just to get a little extra. I want my skin to just look very supple.
Before I do eyes, I like to prep my lips because they feel a little dry right now. Okay, I'm gonna use the Pharmacy Lip Bloom in Apple Rosemary.
I'm gonna use the 24-hour Smashbox primer.
And I'm using the same.
Oh my gosh, twinsies! We're always twinsies.
Yep.
So I'm gonna use Half Baked from Urban Decay. I'm gonna start in my tear duct and halfway into my actual lid. So I'm only keeping it on the focal lower part of my eye.
And for me, I'm doing it all over the lid just because my eye shape is different.
So just with mine, because my eyes are a little smaller and I really don't have a defined crease, I like to bring mine a little bit higher just on the inner part. So I'm actually almost going all the way to my brow because I really want to bring my eye shape out more and make it look more lifted. So I really kind of emphasize that shimmer in my tear duct because that's really gonna bring my eye out more.
I'm gonna go in with like the lightest shade in the Smashbox palette and then just go under my brows with it. Because it needs to be highlighted.
So highlighted.
And then I'm going to go in with Buck in my crease because I need to define my crease a little bit more.
And then just start on the outer tear duct.
And for me, I like to have my eyes open because I have a lot of lip space.
Same here.
Yeah, and then just go in and carve out my crease.
And I kind of just take a 217 from MAC and I take it on the tip and I follow it halfway to my eye area. So pretty much where I put the shimmer and stopped, it kind of gives me a guideline of where I need to stop my matte finish of my crease color. I always do mattes in my crease just because shimmer takes away and kind of makes the eye look more flat.
Yeah, we said it.
A little. So the matte finishes, anytime that you're using a more matte finish, it's gonna really give you more structure and kind of give it that 3D dimensional finish. Yeah. So I'm gonna take a little smog. I'm gonna use the same brush, but I'm gonna actually use the 217 a little more flat. So right where I put the crease color, I'm pretty sure Bridget's gonna do the same.
Yep, and I'm using the same brush as well and same shadow. For my eye shape, I'm gonna do a little Pac-Man.
A little Pac-Man.
Yeah, if that helps you. Like
I kind of did the same thing, but mine's not probably gonna be as high as hers. I kind of emphasized where I just did the crease color. I'm gonna bring mine right under the crease color and just kind of pat it and swish it halfway to my crease. So I'm keeping the focal point of that kind of smokier smog color right on the lid. Use the Full Exposure palette. There's some shimmery colors on the top. I'm gonna take this like champagne color and I'm actually just gonna go in and pop just a little bit more in my tear duct.
I'm gonna take a Luxie brush called a short shader brush and just do it under my eyes real quick with Smog from Urban Decay.
And I'm using number 11, the Pro Brush from Sephora. I'm gonna take Smog underneath my eyes as well. And go smudge it right underneath.
And since Christina did her inner tear duct, I'm gonna go in with my Gilded Honey again and use my fingers to just get my inner tear duct to brighten my eyes. I'm just gonna go in with my Prestige Total Intensity eyeliner, line my inner rims and the top, and that's it.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a little bit of Inglots number 77. This is my holy grail. I love this. You can use it to tightline. You can also use it for wing liner, but I love it because I can pretty much just do anything with it. Tightlining underneath my eyes, so it's just like you're actually going in your waterline underneath, but I'm doing it on top. So it actually technically never hits the top of your lid. It only goes in your waterline.
And if you're doing what she just mentioned, it's gonna make your lashes look a lot fuller than they are naturally.
Yes.
I'm just gonna use the same eyeliner on top just to give it a little more definition, but no wings.
I'm gonna go back in with Smog. I'm gonna smudge it. I didn't put too much under the eye. She really didn't call for a really smoky eye. It just looks very sun-kissed.
I'm gonna smudge my eyeliner on top now.
Pretty.
With the same Luxie brush. Mascara?
Mascara.
Yeah. What are you using?
So I'm gonna mix, one of my favorite is the Stila Huge Mascara, and they're real.
And I'm going to be using the It Superhero Mascara.
Ooh, I've heard that's really good.
Yeah, and I'm a superhero.
Superhero.
What you gonna use for lashes?
I'm gonna use these Cara eyelashes
I'm gonna use the Cocoa lashes. How do you like to put on your lashes?
with my fingers.
You close your eyes?
Nope. You?
No, I look down into the mirror. Last part, lips.
Lips.
What are you gonna use?
I'm going to use the NYX Lingerie.
And I'm gonna use the MAC lipstick in Ravishing. And her lips were a little nude, so I'm gonna go in with like a nude gloss to tone it down.
I'm using like a mauve base, and then I'm gonna go in with MAC's Myth lipstick to brighten.
Oh shit. Oh my god, can I get this lash on? Go ahead, take it. This is such a pizza. I'm pretending I can sing. I got sing. Channeling my inner Riri. Riri. Shut up, roach. Give her the intense look. Ooh, now she's like playing, okay.